All right, folks, we're live. We're live. Welcome everybody back to Knuckles Family and Friend Podcast, where we discuss all the that's pop culture, whether that's anime, video games, comics, all that good stuff. And it's Friday. You know how we get down. Every Friday, we get together to talk about the latest whatever episode. And I have the usual panel here. I have my the lovely Rachel, the funny Greed, the artist Anthony, and the knowledgeable Eric. I had a kind of like a keyword for everybody right there. So everyone is unique in their own way. We're all special. So, but when we get together, we always have great discussions. Last week, I'm glad y'all stayed with us for like about an hour and a half, or y'all even listened to at least maybe most of it. I appreciate that. But Reese is not going to be here today. He's got film activities, but if he can somehow join us, that would be great. Derek will not be joining us once again. He's been busy working at the hospital, with COVID, everything. It's always a bitch. But before we start our discussion, just wanted to say, how's everyone doing today? Like I said, happy Friday. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Yeah. TGIF.
Yeah,
I'm great.
it's first day of October, so everyone can now, y'all can start doing your Halloween things now.
I
Start
started
getting
that in
ready.
September.
They started that in
It's
September.
crazy.
Yo, they even putting
Mm,
Christmas stuff out in September. No,
I, I,
August.
I was
No,
about to
fuck
say
August.
those people.
I saw your post where they was like Christmas
mm,
stuff out in the store you was working at. I was
I,
like,
I was
it's
like,
damn.
I'm
crazy.
like, it's some bullshit. I don't know if you saw the meme where I had like AJ Styles excited for Halloween, and the back of me see Mariah Carey like Christmas
Eh,
is like right around the corner and shit. It's a funny ass meme, by the way. Y'all need to look at that shit.
True. It's October, Christmas. Seriously, I don't care. I'll do
Yeah,
Halloween in May, but nah,
nah,
that's
but
me.
like I said, I guess happy early Halloween to everybody. But like I said, we're officially in fall. Fall is the best season of gaming. But we're not gonna talk about gaming. We're gonna talk about the latest episode of What If. And since Eric was not here with us last week, if everyone's not here last week, I was get them the floor first, get them their takes on it. Give them what you thought about this semifinal episode. And before you start, Greed did call it out last year how it's like the first part would be like a bio of Ultron, then like the next episode will probably be like the final battle. But I'll just stop there. But Eric, the floor is yours. Tell us what you think about this episode of What If.
So I actually love this episode of What If. It gave me drawbacks to the Age of Ultron, not the movie, the comic book. So
We're gonna
even
discuss about the movie. We're not gonna talk about that.
yeah. So like
Mhm.
I liked it. I like that they brought the Watcher in. Like you got to see him like fight somebody at full power with like the Infinity Stones, and it was like, dang, my man kind of strong. He was holding his own against the bull. So I like uh I like that at the end they kind of brought in that Doctor Strange because I felt like that story wasn't finished, and that was kind of the strongest story in all the what ifs was that Doctor Strange one. And when they brought him back, kind of the Watcher just coming back to him, I was just like, all right, I see where they're going with this. One of the things I do hope they do with the what ifs is some of this kind of bleeds into the regular Marvel universe, and they get to use some of those unique stories to tell different stories in the MCU. That would be cool. So that's just my initial thoughts.
No, I agree with you. I thought this one had the most despair thing because I just felt as though like besides the Doctor Strange one, I felt so it was like story wise for this one, like what if Ultron really won? Like that story, that was the most one I was intrigued out of like all the ones because it's like it's one of the few times when the villain actually won. Whereas Infinity War, yeah, Thanos won that, which by the way, that was the most anticlimactic Thanos I've ever seen in my life. Like that was probably the worst part of the episode. But we'll get into it a little bit later. But Thanos wins that fight, but life still moved on. Whereas Ultron, all organic life that's done. Like, what do you have to live for? I mean, you only have Black Widow and Hawkeye. The two guys have no superpowers whatsoever. I thought it was interesting how they kept those guys alive, and my man Hawkeye lost his arm. Like that shit was pretty sick. But you kind of feel for him. It's like I'm tired of fighting. What's there to fight anymore? Because it's like even if we beat him, like what do we have left for? Like everything is gone. So I thought it was, like you said, you fell from because it's like hope is lost, no life's here. We're the only two humans left. Like, what's there to look forward to anymore? So I thought it was good. Like I said, it was definitely dark. I felt despair in that one because, yeah, you have the zombies, you have Doctor Strange, ending the universe trying to bring back this loved one. But this one right here was just despair. Like what do you have? What do you have to look forward to? So, I'll give my quick takes on that before we dive further into the episode. So, anybody else, you can chime in anytime you want. Oh, Green wants to chime in. See his finger. I see his finger pointing. He about to talk that shit right now. So, talk about it.
One, I thank you for taking the input about the what is it from the beginning of the episode where I was right about it because it was really good. I'll admit it was one of the ones I was waiting for the most because I knew it was going to connect, and of course they said something about it's going to be a season 2. But anyway, the fact it started off like how it started from Age of Ultron, the scenes and everything, Easter eggs. And then when he got the Infinity Stones, actually no, when Thanos came in, which I'll hop on to that's my jaw drop. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay. And of course everybody and then Mother was like, you could have done that. But that probably wouldn't have made sense in this because Thanos had all the other stones or something. It was one of those cheesy things that he's like, we can just throw that in there. And hilarious. He's like,
no dialogue whatsoever. They didn't even talk. They didn't even have a fight. It was like, oh, he's here. Okay, let me kill you right there.
Yeah,
What's up, Anthony?
Easy work.
Yeah.
I said it was easy work. I was shocked, but then I liked how they did it because when you see Thanos in like movies and everything, like he's like the strongest, and then it was like he killed him in like a second. It was like, oh, shit's about to go down, and he literally splits him in half and takes the glove. Like, ooh, what's that? Give me that.
Fatality his ass right there.
It was good, but like the whole episode as a whole, it was just pretty good. Okay, like when the whole dimensions and everything. The fact that the Watcher need to shut up because certain beings probably can hear. Okay, and when everything was said and done, which he was like, who said that? He's like, I see. He's like, what? Oh shit! Like when the Watcher, worried. He's like, come on! Oh shit! What the hell is that? It's like he's not all calm and collected. He was like, oh shit! And
you should.
And they were trying to. He like I could tell them it's right there. It's right there. It's like and he gave up like what? Come on, get up! Come on, come on! Oh, God.
He wanted to curse him out so bad.
Come on, it's right there. Yes, you did it. Whee! Oh my God! But yeah, I think that was a good movie. Like shots were played very well, and of course they did the whole reverse with the Hawkeye and Black Widow scene. But it was so majestic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was a reverse.
Yeah, it really made me almost cry. I never cried in any of the episodes, but it made me want to cry because it's like I have nothing to live for. I'm too tired. Like, oh my God! Like, it was that good. But everything, like the epic fights with him, like he was gonna get fucked up in a second. Like he kicked Ultron in another dimension, and then he just popped like, "Hello there," and then he just started getting like super armor, like Super Saiyan shit, and then just started boxing. It's like, oh my goodness! So this is the power of the Watcher. But yeah, I think it was really good. Like Eric said, like they pulled from the comics because I was looking at a video early on for like Easter eggs and stuff that I missed. But yeah, like how they were fighting in New York. I think the Easter egg with the guy with the pineapple shirt, they kept punching each other and they kept switching out different universes and dimensions. It was Skrulls, it was like medieval times, Wakanda. It was pretty funny. And one thing in my head, what if that whole area right there was just New York in different time dimensions? Like it may have been Skrulls and Wakanda, but it was New York. Like the whole setting right there. But other than that, it was a good one. Like anybody else can chime in because I think I don't know what to say.
Rachel, you want to go first?
I guess. I thought it was a good episode. The only thing that bugged me about it was how Ultron, like, unless I'm misremembering because I haven't seen it in a while, but like, I thought his whole thing in the movie was like he just decided that humanity was like the problem. So like, he just wanted to take out people and humanity. Like him just destroying whole worlds and just everything that's living didn't seem like Ultron to me because I thought it was just people and like he wasn't against the world itself. He was just like, I just want to kill people because people start wars and people are shit and like you guys destroy everything, so I'm gonna get rid of you. Like it wasn't I'm gonna blow up full planets. Like
I think they wanted him to go full tyrant because they didn't want to explain anything. Like, yes, he wanted to create peace and silence, which he did. Then he realized, what is that noise? There's more worlds. I'm gonna destroy it. I don't give a fuck. So they didn't really give him like a motive. Like once he destroyed his universe and everything, he's like, damn, what do I do now? He almost felt sad for a second.
Well,
I'm surprised he's able to use the Soul Stone. I thought didn't you have a soul in order to use a Soul Stone?
Well, technically he's not. He's living tissue with the vision body.
Okay.
So vision body is actually living.
It does work and doesn't because he's technically a robot, android, whatever. So synthezoid. So the Soul Stone doesn't matter. Like I guess it gives him a soul, hence the Soul Stone. So they just ignore that shit. So
sorry for cutting you off, Rachel.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I just wanted to go back to what she said. So originally his thing was peace in our time. So he was there to create peace. His way of creating peace is take people out the equation. So that's why it was take people out in the cartoon. They didn't explain it because that was the whole Age of Ultron movie.
Yeah.
So
they gave him the movie was his attitude. Okay. There wasn't that basically all these what ifs are just from homages from the movies. So they don't much details, but they just copy and paste of a personality on that person, and it just roll with that whole episode. Just like I said, Age of Ultron, they just put that on him, but times it by 10-fold. So he didn't care. He was gonna, create peace. That was his way, but he got a little excessive.
I just feel like they took his character that was like very calculating and just straightforward with things, and like there's a reason why he did stuff, and this seems like, oh, I'm just gonna destroy everything just because, and without like second thought. It's kind of just like, so you just made him into this destructive thing, which like makes sense for what the plot you're trying to do, but like for the character, I just feel like they just made him have no real reason to do shit. He just wants to blow shit up just to blow shit up. Like,
well, what you saw in the flashbacks, man was destroying everything. So that was like his motive right there. We saw like the memories.
But again, like, why would you destroy all life, including animals and stuff?
Well,
Ultra doesn't give a fuck.
Well, also, it's like a 30-minute thing. They need to just kind of take all that out. So you got to factor that in too. It's like
we ain't got time. We ain't got time to explain everything.
Let's speed. It was like let's speed this.
I feel like it would have made more sense if he went to like every Earth to get rid of humanity on every Earth in every dimension instead of just like random planets.
Well, that's what he was trying to do after he found out where the Watcher was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. He found that out at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Or towards the end.
So he was like, "Oh, there's other people out here in other dimensions that I can go to of the same Earth." Mm-hmm. So his whole thing was Earth. That's why no other planets he went to. So,
yeah.
But I mean, I get what you're saying because I was like, that motivation is kind of weak. But also, I had to realize myself, it's like it's 30 minutes. They don't need to do. They're not going to do a whole bunch of exposition.
They weren't going to make it an hour. Like I feel like the last episode, towards maybe second season, that it's probably going to be the same thing, but they're going to do their best to, explain everything. Hopefully, I don't know. Like I would expect them to do it. Okay, maybe like 45 minutes.
90 minutes. 90 minutes for each episode.
Hour and a half. Damn.
Okay. He's like, oh, we're not. Like,
maybe the final episode we'll get that 90-minute stuff because they still have to introduce Gamora. I don't know how you're gonna have time to introduce Gamora in that 30
Yeah,
minutes.
I would have thought
Yeah.
in episodes she would have been introduced. So we got introduced to what is it? The Black Widow in the this episode. So she's gonna
Yeah.
come in the last episode. So of course with everybody else. So I think maybe she's gonna be in the last episode. Maybe that's how I explain it. I don't know.
Everyone's coming back, but like I said, how they're
Yeah,
gonna do it, I don't know.
I think they're gonna do it like what do you call it? Like I'm not betting on this, but they probably gonna do like a whole montage where they just get all the the Avengers from all the dimensions, and then here is Ultron. This is what we gotta defeat. It's like, oh shit, okay. So that's what I feel like they're gonna do. Like probably like a minute or 5 minutes into that, and then they're gonna continue on to doing the rest of the episode.
They're definitely gonna
That's
rush
what,
it. They're definitely
that's
gonna
what
rush
I
it.
Yeah, I think they are. It depends on the time frame of the episode. If it's gonna be
Yeah.
30 minutes, then you're gonna see, like you said, like a montage of probably stuff.
hope for a fact. That's how shit happens. Like they don't want to go through all like, okay, we're gonna get you. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna get you. This is what they ain't got time to explain all that. If it was an hour-long movie, maybe. But other than that, no, they ain't got time for all that.
Yeah.
Rachel, did you have more to say about it?
Yeah, we did interrupt your
No.
Yeah, again.
No, I mean, other
No,
than
not
that,
really.
I think it was fine. But I will say too, like, because I'm always about the art and the animation. I did notice that they put a lot more effort into this episode. Is a lot smoother and more detail. So I think these last two them look the best they could.
Repeat that again. You were like breaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I was saying that the art, I feel like the last two episodes, they're making them really smooth and really detailed just for these last two episodes compared episodes.
I heard that part.
Yeah.
I heard that part.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I agree with Rachel too. Like the detail and everything is really good. And another thing too, how about with voice acting wise, the Ultron or the voice of Ultron is not the one I hear from the animated series or anything else or even movie. It's not even what is it, the guy named James Spader who played Ultron in the movie. It's somebody else. I think his name is Ross something. He played the Red Skull in I think Infinity Wars. Yeah.
Endgame.
No, Endgame, I believe. The Red Skull.
Or both.
Like,
Mr. Smith.
Both.
Probably,
Yeah.
but the Red Skull in when he was like all ghostly now after like telling about the Soul Stone. So that, which that's I don't know, but that's really cool that they got him instead of James Spader because this is what I like to do when I hear voices that like we're all trying to hear if the Avengers are still in it. They don't have the real Black Widow. They have somebody else who sounds like her because she really did in the in this episode, but no. Like even Ultron didn't sound like he sounded. It sounds so like nasally a little bit, or Vision into Ultron, but it sounded very nasally. So I was trying to figure out who was that person, and then I found out it was this guy who voiced Red Skull from Endgame in this. So this guy is apparently getting all the MCU legacy characters, villains, like left and right for these action roles. So I look forward to hearing from him. So he didn't do a bad job as Ultron. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I remember because they said Hugo Weaving wasn't coming back as the Red Skull, so they got somebody who could mimic Hugo Weaving's voice.
Yeah.
So,
It was,
and I think he did a good job in the movies.
Yeah.
And on Ultron. So
yeah. So let's get Anthony's take on it because I said he's the last one that hasn't discussed his take on it yet.
Yeah. I mean, compared to the last episode, where it was like all fun and it was about Thor, I think they took like a really dark approach in this episode, which I mean, I'm not saying I'm shocked about it, but it was almost like a spooky feeling, like it was like, it's almost like he's more powerful than Thanos. Like when you watch Endgame or any of those, it was like this person could literally wipe everything out like within like a day. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like an interesting like thing that they did where it's kind of like they did it kind of quick though. They definitely sped it up where it was like he got all the Infinity Stones. Like he started taking over like different worlds. They try to incorporate all the different like planets from like all the movies, which I thought was cool. Like because it kind of pulled it back So it kind of all related. But I definitely thought it was interesting that Hawkeye and Black Widow were the only two survivors because I mean I get it, like they're trying to throw in the whole like, you don't have to be a superhero, like you don't have to have superpowers, to be a hero and like you can survive. But me thinking like the way Thanos, not Thanos, the way that Ultron Thanos like could basically like the way he found the Watcher, right? The way he was finding like all these planets. Wouldn't he like feel their presence still alive like on Earth and like wipe them out before he even went to the other planets? That's where I kind of was lost. I was like, wait, this doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he was
So
going off like a beacon of stuff. He was just looking for planets left and right. So I didn't think he had time, but he had his Ultron drones, but I think he didn't really care.
Well, wasn't that the point of like
yeah,
the
but it's
opening
like
scene?
Yeah, like they
Because
were
they
just
had to kill them within like a 30-second time limit until they like bounced the info back to the hive to be like, hey, alert them that they're here. So I
Yeah.
think they flew under the radar. So like that's why he didn't know they were there because it was that time limit.
yeah.
But if he has like the time stones, wouldn't time be like a
yeah,
suggestion to him?
No,
And why didn't he just snap?
no.
yeah,
Time, you don't.
If he was traveling to all these planets to destroy these people, he could have just snapped.
Yeah, it
And
wouldn't make
done
any
it.
sense.
No, he rather
So
do it by hand. He's precise. He's like, ooh, that feels good.
Especially when she called him for like the pizza order. Like,
I was gonna.
like I'm thinking is
Like,
why don't you just go down there yourself? Why are you sending your drones out there? Like, don't you want to see it firsthand that they'd be dead right in front of your eyes? He's like, nah, they can take care of it. No, not really.
no, that's a villain.
yeah.
That's a
So
villain.
that
The villain is not gonna go right off the bat and see like you better die right in front of me. Like they don't do things.
it's the Inspector Gadget thing.
Yeah, they don't. They just
yeah,
like
I get. They had to throw the action flair in it. Like I get it, like because it was cool to see them fighting all the drones. Like, but it was just one of those things where I'm thinking like, all right, if I can handle this, in 2 seconds, why would I send my drones to kill these two like humans? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's like, all right, but I'm gonna go after the big dog. I'm gonna go after the Watcher, which is like pretty much has like almost the same amount of power. But I thought it was kind of interesting to see the Watcher get shaken up in this episode because, like you were saying, like he was trying to get them to find Zola, his information because he's like, I can't really help you because that's not, I signed a, pretty much signed like a waiver, like I can't help. But it was in, you know what I mean? It was like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, does he have you that shaken up? Like, you think that he's gonna take over? And it showed, like, it was like, okay, it looks like the Watcher has like a lot of strength. Like, maybe he's gonna be a hero in this. And then Ultron is just like, well, like, sit down, baby boy. Like, you're not that strong. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like where it led up to at the end of the episode, where Doctor Strange or the evil Doctor Strange is kind of like,
Doctor Supreme.
say it. Yeah, yeah, but he's like kind of like say it, and then you're like, wait, what is he gonna say? And it's kind of like that. I need you, like I need your help, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, like that kind of takes you back to like, wait, how important is you know Doctor Supreme,
Just
as
keep an
far
eye
as
out
like,
for
Well, it
him.
is. Well, that ending to me was kind of funny because it's like, nah, like I let you destroy your whole universe because you had to learn a lesson, but shit, now I kind of need you and I could have prevented this, but hey, we want to help out now, like.
Oh, we're friends now. We're friends now.
he's like,
Got
fuck
the
you.
BFFs.
Okay, but here's the
and the
thing
fact
that confused
and the
me though.
fact that wait, like right before you said that, the fact that he had to run away to a place that nobody could find means how scared he was.
Hmm.
Oh, he was shook. As soon as Ultra heard, he was like, "What?" Like he was scared, yo. Like he was
Oh,
scared. But here's what kind of confused me though: how the last episode ended. He was narrating Thor's episode, and then we see Ultron like appear.
Yeah.
So
That's
how does like that doesn't make any sense to me? It's like, okay,
So that
did you?
episode actually played in the middle of this episode. So while Thor was doing all that stuff, Ultron was already getting the stones. So that's when he went to go kill Thor, basically.
was
Okay.
about to. You don't know if he got killed. It was just like probably like
I mean, he bodied the Watcher, so Thor is not as strong as the Watcher. So
okay. It's
But how does
man,
he bring him back though for this final fight though? That's
I-
the
here's the thing. Probably when okay, I'm gonna say it's probably a weird time thing with the episodes. Like literally, we saw him come out of the portal, and Thor was like, "Wait, who was that?" And they just went to black. So in my mind, I said in the last episode or the Thor episode that he probably escaped. They probably fought for a second, and he went somewhere else. I guess I don't know.
But wait, Eric. To your point though, so you're saying that that Ultron killed Thor right at that spot, right?
Well, he killed.
probably.
If you look in
But
the
you look
episode,
at the episode, you see Thor's hammer right where Iron Man and
yeah, but
Captain
he
Ultron
killed the
are.
Avengers. He killed the Avengers that were our movie's Age of Ultron. So it's not the Thor that we
Okay.
saw in the alternate universe.
Oh.
It's our Thor.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that part gets me right. Thank you guys. I
You gotta
appreciate
remember,
that.
we're in the multiverse, so that's something totally.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Forget what you usually know. Forget what you usually
Yeah.
know. We're
Yo,
playing by
it
we're
it
going
gets
by
kind
different
of
rules.
it gets kind of confusing at certain points. I'll be honest, but I mean the fact that he whooped his ass through all the universes was pretty funny to me.
It was. He's like,
There was a meme where you see like the Watcher like down there. He sees Peter Parker like, you gonna cry? I don't know if y'all saw that. You gonna cry? But yeah, man. It's. I mean, nah, man. I feel as though Ultron is like he's a more scary villain because, like I said, he wants to destroy everything. Thanos wants to bring balance. Ultron's like, no, fuck balance, shit. Y'all, humans, aliens, y'all are the reason why Earth's in trouble and shit like that. So y'all all gotta go. So
yeah, just make.
I also like that they brought back like the actual scary side of Ultron, where in the movie
Yeah.
they kind of humanized him a lot.
they
Where it's
did.
just like, oh, you can relate to Ultron. I was like, I don't want to relate to Ultron. I
No.
want the Ultron from the next Avengers that killed every Avenger. And he was just like, yeah, like I killed everybody, all the Avengers, I took over. But then like you see the Avengers children kind of take control of that situation.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what I wanted to see. But like I said, like I got a little bit of that and a little bit of Age of Ultron. So I was like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I'm happy with
Ultron
that.
has no friends, man. And any villain, he'll still want to kill them in the end. Like if he tells another villain, he ain't your friend. No, I'm still gonna kill you. Like Ultron's always been everything by me. Like no one's trying to be honest. Like, all y'all diseases. Fuck all y'all. Never team
Yeah.
up with Ultron. That's eventually like even I know in the movie he teamed up with Wanda and Pietro, but deep down he didn't want to team up with them. He would still kill them in the end, probably.
Yeah, that's the humanizing part I didn't like. So.
Yeah, that part that goes against everything he stood for at that point.
Mhm.
like I said, he's a very philosophical not android, but like robot, where he's like, I'm very smart, calculated, charismatic, whatever the fuck. But then at the same time, I don't want to deal with any of you people. Okay, you're all just stepping stones or whatever. So they had that in the mix, but they also had just like I'm a homicidal maniac. Okay, so I'm just gonna just bury everybody. But then which one? The part at the end of the episode where I think he got knocking the Watcher out into Doctor Strange's dimension, and then I think now the Ultron is in his dimension, like his fourth wall, I guess you can say. And now he can see everything. I think at the end, I think he's like he sees code, something like that, like because he's Android and everything. So now with that and the Infinity Stone, so he can see every facet of the universe and multiverse. So it was crazy. And how did he wait? Did Ultron knock him into Doctor Strange's universe? I think he did.
No, he just went
No,
there
he
because he
left.
probably
Oh,
knew that.
right.
He
Ultron
ran
was-
away. He ran away, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he
Yeah, I
did.
think he ran. Mhm.
But it was that last scene where Doctor Strange came in. He's like, I want you to say it. I want you to say it. Like he's like, it was hilarious. He's like,
That was petty as fuck right there.
he's like, yeah.
That was mad petty.
That was petty as
Oh
fuck.
man, kick them while they down.
I know. You know this. You know what's sacred? It's like, yeah, but you watched me destroy my own universe when you could have helped. Could have helped. So yeah. Now
I'm petty.
look.
I'm petty. Like,
Karma.
oh my god.
I mean, it
Or-
was interesting. I mean, I'm pretty interested in like how they brought Zola back into it. Like that was interesting to me because you wouldn't think that like he would have this much like importance in like saving, the humanity. Well, there is no humanity now, but as far as like stopping Ultron, this all powerful being that he's like the answer. You know what I mean? Like so.
Mhm.
I thought that was like a good, inclusion into this episode, and I like the dynamic between Hawkeye and Black Widow too. Like they brought like some humor into it as far as like them being on the battlefield together, and it showed more of like their relationship. Like they got like this brother sister kind of relationship, and I'm just curious though, like because when he was, I guess he was trying to like deprogram like Ultron, but he was saying like he was letting them know that he's not a part in this universe right now. And
Yeah.
so I'm trying to I don't understand like so would she have to get in the radius or in the area where he's at and he will
Eh,
take over his body? I don't get it.
Yeah, basically it's
yeah.
like he
Basically, the
needs
radius,
to
the distance.
be yeah.
yeah, because
It's
when
like
he
how
said,
technology works. If I have a walkie-talkie, you're all the way in a freaking other country where I'm not gonna be able to hear the walkie-talkie at all. So it's all about the distance. But like, do you think that even like just as curiosity? So do you think he would be able to take over his body even with Ultra having all those stones? Like, I just wouldn't be able to see that happening.
I think he should just probably just tweak him a little bit and shake him up, and then one of those things where you think you got me, but then just spit you back out or just corrupt
Yeah.
you because like I have the Infinity Stones and you can't do shit to me, bruh. Okay.
Yeah. And that was
Also,
Hawkeye's limit too. Like he was at that point, he's like, "There's no
you
point
can
then at this point. Like,
you
well,
can
if
feel.
he can't stop him, no one else can kill him. So I'm tired of
I know.
fighting. So
Yeah, you can feel his sorrow and everything. I give
yeah,
up. But then the humor part and when they were trying to go into the I think KGB place, like all the Easter eggs with the super soldier,
Civil War.
yeah, with the from movie
You mean the
and how she was
shield?
the shield.
yeah, and how Black Widow was like, "Hey, Hawkeye," like I just look, it was cute. Like, stop it, don't.
He,
Like,
he, he was he was not in the mood for jokes. That's why it's
like,
like, yeah, that's why I
oh,
said like he's just tired of everything.
but and then the part where they were trying to search for all the boxes and like I found it, like that was my box. I'm like,
Bro, I don't know if I'd be able to go through all those books. I'd be like, yo, man, like I'd be like, yo, kill me now almost.
I'm gonna say it was like, well, we did, man. I don't feel like going through boxes.
Yo, for real.
Like we gotta
But-
go
There was
to
a lot. There was a lot of files, yo. I like how the breakdown of why they have them all in files, but I was like, nah. Like him
Yeah.
giving up was like the real emotion.
I was kind of like curious though, because like why it took so long for them to even find it. Because it's like she already knew about him from when her and Steve went to first like meet him on the computer. Like she even says it, like we've met you before. So like if she knew like what he was capable of and that like he was someone that could help, like shouldn't she know like where his name was in the filing system? Like
no, it's one of those things where it's like an Easter egg name drop type of thing. Like everything else, he just said it just to say, like, yeah, I seen him from another, his AI somewhere else with me and Steve. So, and then he just continue on. They didn't say nothing after that. So it was one of those Easter egg, just saying it out there, like, oh, okay, cool. Back to
Well,
this.
it was like a secret thing, right? Because he was being stored at the other Shield facility, and that facility was in New Jersey. This facility was in Russia.
Yeah,
So I think it was a whole different like whatever filing system, and they were like, these are all the
Yeah.
secrets that Russia keeps away from the public.
Mhm.
So who knows how they had the filing system? So
it was weird. It was old fat. They like she said, like files where they can be burned or corrupted or taken. But like digital, you can find them, you can store them, some shit. But when you have a physical copy, I guess it's even better. I guess. So
I like how we didn't talk about how Captain Marvel died. No,
I was just about to bring it up.
Don't brought that up.
I hadn't had the time to interject on it, but I was literally gonna bring up Miss Marvel
Oh, well, go
or
ahead,
Captain
speak on it.
Marvel.
I just think it's funny that
I
they
mean,
brought her into 2 episodes to try and show how cool and strong she is, and both times she failed epically.
I feel
She couldn't be in Thor. She technically should have been in Thor, but there's casualties around that. She could have be in Thor. This
All right,
time,
I will agree with you guys do make a point with Captain Marvel. I do like her as a character, but the fact that she was in the first one, she couldn't help. But then in this one, I feel like they just wanted like, let's put her right here. And then, since she's like from the 80s, because she was trapped,
90s.
just 90s. So here's Ultron, and she's gonna quote the Terminator. It's like, I don't think this needs a sequel, and go plow through the core. I think
Who got sirens right now?
she can't win.
That's Eric.
so. Pile
She can't
driving
win.
through the core of the planet.
Well, you know she was gonna lose anyway. Like we knew she was gonna lose in that fight.
It makes no sense. That part didn't make no sense. I think you're right. She shouldn't have been in there for a second. It was just like, let's put her in there real quick, see if she can.
You already took one L. You want to take another L right now?
Captain Marvel need a win, bro. They need to give her a win. She hasn't had a win yet.
This one.
I mean, she had her own movie, man. That was a win. Like, like, look.
Was that really a win? Was that?
Hey.
Her name was on the title of the movie. That's a win.
That's all.
I'm sorry.
Yes, well, I mean, it's probably one of the most disliked Marvel movies that came out.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Captain Marvel as in the comic book and in the movie. So like when they enter her into the scene, I'm ultra biased where I don't like her automatically. So I have nothing to say about her being in the episodes. So
well, I mean, if you really don't like Captain Marvel, don't read Civil War 2. You'll really hit her in that.
I mean, I already read Civil War 2 with her and the
doing
the thing. Yeah.
Okay, like I said,
that's what made me like her less.
In this episode,
I don't blame you.
She was placed in there too quickly to be like a quip and a joke. So, but the fact that she couldn't kill Ultron in the hottest place in the planet, which is the core, he's like, no, you ain't gonna kill me. You can't do shit. Okay, I got the Infinity Stones. Like, how? Well, I guess he has them all because, well, he can.
When you have all the Infinity Stones, you're the most powerful being in the universe. Like
Thanos knocked her out with one hit from the Power Stone. She probably still flying. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
I think they also did an Easter egg where they pulled up, I think, a Galactus where he ate the entire cosmos. Like that was insane for no reason. That was a little extra. Okay.
I just want to say I still think Scarlet Witch would beat Captain Marvel. Just saying.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. I think that. But no, like I said.
Well, if you want to put it in terms of that, yes, she can. She literally said no more mutants and took off the planet.
She can make a reality world like out of her own world. So like, yeah, exactly. If that's not powerful, I don't know what is. And she almost killed Thanos. Let's not forget that she almost killed Thanos. But rain, fire, and everything.
We can't even talk about her. We can't.
Because
we already know, hands down. Scarlet Witch is about to wreck everything.
I mean, if WandaVision didn't prove that to you, I don't know what does at that point. But anyway, back to the main topic, though. We did see the Guardians though for a little bit. We saw the Guardians, but they died.
Yeah, that was.
He Ultron just took over everything, man. Like Ultron just took over everything. So, like I said, I enjoyed the episode. Very dark. We went from Anthony said, went from like a laughable episode to like, oh shit's going down right now. So but like I said, the question is, how are you going to incorporate everything in the next episode? Because it's 30 minutes. It's like we haven't introduced to Gamora yet. Like everyone had a scene where like, okay, it's focused on this person, blah blah blah. Gamora, we see her father's armor, but like we need to see like how that came there. We need a little of a backstory, which we kind of can guess what happened because Ultron killed him, but like I need to see more. Like, how do you get Gamora? Like, what's her reason in all this? So
I have a feeling they're just gonna like make her fall in and just randomly pop up. It's not going to be like super
Yeah,
explained.
in one of the multiverses.
If it's
like one of
long,
the
if the episode's
multiverses.
long,
Okay.
He's going to enter one of the multiverses, and she's going to be Thanos.
Oh, that makes sense. That's one of the theories. Like in like any time, like kind of crunch and shit, like either a montage where they gotta get everybody. Like she's the most powerful warrior of them all, and you just see her just coming down in her armor and the double blade, helicopter blade, and like you come join us. Like fine, whatever.
I don't know. She better. I don't know. She better do better than her daddy because he lasted 2 seconds.
they did him wrong, bro. They did him.
I mean, and in reality, we all knew that would have been a fight. That wouldn't have been a quick jump. But for the 30-minute time limit that they
I don't
got on
know,
the
because
show,
you know what? Even though Thanos had all the stones, I feel like he's typical villain where he wants to have his like mini monologue, and it's just like, okay, while you're talking, I'm just gonna slice you before you even have a moment to think, because like,
so
No, he
Thanos
said-
gets turned into a zombie with the stones, and then gets sliced in half with by Ultron. Like he had, I mean, this. Okay, maybe besides episode 2, but like Thanos been taking some L's in this series too.
the whole series, man. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite villains. But I mean, of course, for the MCU, he's super powered down. But like, I just I mean, the movies were great. Infinity War and Endgame were amazing. But I can't wait to see like my full powered comic book Thanos in there one day. So
You think you're gonna get that?
But he's dead. Technically,
everybody's
Yeah, but he's
supposedly dead. It's a comic book movie. People don't actually die. Like, come on.
Jose.
Sure.
I mean, Batman been Batman for what, 75 years now? Like, how long is Bruce Wayne living?
He's rich. He got the immunity life right there. So
Okay.
I kind of wouldn't mind watching a Thanos movie. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind that either.
I think we should do like Thanos Quest, like the comic book type of thing.
You should read that. You should read the Infinity 2013 comic with Thanos. He was whooping their asses in that comic. That's without that's without the stones.
Exactly.
Without the stones, he was whooping the Avengers.
Yeah, what he did to Hulk.
He enslaved him. That was his pet dog.
Yeah,
right?
but
Yeah, so like
he didn't want to come out.
Hulk didn't come out. Yeah, he was scared.
Well, I meant the comic book King Thanos, where he actually killed all superheroes, and then he made Hulk his pet.
Oh, that part I didn't
Oh
see. That. I
my
didn't read that
god.
part.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
look it up. If you ain't see it, look it up. It's called King Thanos. It's awesome.
I need to read
That's
that.
crazy.
That is crazy right there. But no, I really
that would traumatize all children around the world.
What are you about to say, Rachel?
Mommy, I like you.
and I wanted to say, in regards to people,
I like it. We're like back in school. Like I gotta raise my hand. I gotta raise my hand right now. Yes. Yes, Miss Rachel.
In regards to people not staying dead, that's the one thing I kind of worry about with like opening up the multiverse, because it's like now I feel like anyone's death is not going to have any meaning, because it's like you could just bring them back with a different version, and it's just like, okay, well, that's dumb.
I got emotional for nothing now. I teared up in the theater, and now you're back. Like,
well, the only thing that's gonna like deter that is like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Movie. Sorry, I wonder if after the Doctor Strange movie or some shortly after, they're going to find a way to like kind of corral the multiverse to like make it not so you could do whatever you want. Like maybe add like some limitation to it.
Or maybe that might be after the Ant-Man and Wasp movie.
I'm looking forward to all these
Quantumanium.
Yeah.
So I think the one thing that's gonna block like people just flooding in is probably like Disney not wanting to pay people. So that's gonna stop a lot of people from like just flooding in. So I think that what they're trying to do now is bring in new people, because I don't think you're gonna see like a whole bunch of Robert Downey Jr. anymore. You're not gonna see a bunch of Chris Evans, of course, because we have a new Captain America. So I think they're just gonna bring in type of new people. And I'm with you, Rachel. I want the people who are dead to stay dead. Like the whole that whole scene when Black Widow died in Endgame, it was crazy. Everything with the Soul Stone was ridiculous. When Gamora died, when Black Widow died.
Eric. So you weren't here last week.
No.
Maurice brought this up. Did you think Black Widow had a big impact in the MCU because they were Reese and Rachel were debating about that. So I just want your take. I want to see what your friend said about that because he said she did not have a
Oh
moment.
boy.
I'm stirring the pot up right now. I gotta hear this shit.
He's just trying to stretch this episode to an hour. He's just trying to put time on the
He's
clock.
stretching it.
Right?
He's stretching.
That
He's
too.
stretching.
That too, but like, I just want to hear your take on it because, I used to work with Maurice and Eric. They have the same mind, but they'll have their disagreements. So like, if Reese thinks this one way, I gotta hear what Eric says. So like, it's a must right here. And plus, they want to kind of just build up to the time.
In terms of Black Widow, are you saying like her movie or her as a whole?
Her.
Her as a whole.
Well, if it's her as a whole, then yes, she had to make a difference in the wholeness of the movie because she was the one that sacrificed herself for them to get the stones. If she doesn't do that, then they don't have the soul stone. You know what I mean?
I think that Reese was saying like that was a weak moment. Like that wasn't that impactful though. Like he thought that.
I think that was a great moment because it showed her character evolving past like the needs of me. You know what I mean? Like if you watch Civil War and she's
That's what I said.
and she flips from side to side.
As Reese joins the group right now.
He's not here. He's here.
Oh yeah, bring it in, you know. But like you see her like she doesn't care about each side. That's why she's able to flip to any side she wants to. You know what I mean? But like ultimately what it is her friendship with Captain America that was formed in the Winter Soldier starts going, and then you see her movie where she grows more, you see her put more emphasis on family. And then after that, that's when you see Endgame, even though the movies were reversed, like they should have put Black Widow out beforehand. But
I think we can all agree to that. We can all agree about that.
Yeah, but her growth as a character does change, and it is important to the overall story. So I don't find that as a weak moment. I find it as a really like emotionally dramatic moment, and I feel like moments like that is what brings comic book movies to another level, and it makes them compete with like movies of like drama and movies of like thrillers and stuff like that, because if you just do a straight comic book movie, then it's not gonna hit. You know what I mean? You have to have a main theme, and her main theme was growing as a person and forming family values in her. So I think she was very important.
Damn, we might as well just end the podcast on that. Like, oh, he just dropped the mic right there. Shit, like, Eric's like, I gotta go right now. I already sunned everybody right here. I mean, Rachel, you're like Rachel's best friend right now.
I agree with Eric too, like on the whole thing about family too, because before she was, like I said, a spy for both sides or anything she wants to be. Of course, she was a sleeper agent and stuff. So when she became friends with Tony and everybody else, she's learning, that these people are annoying, but at the same time they're fun. I can stick with these people. So as the movies progress, with the sides of Civil War, like he said, shows that she can hold her own, and she appreciates the fact she'll sacrifice anything for her her friends. And when she did that with a soul stone, I was like, oh my goodness. She was trying to fight with Hawkeye, like, no, I got it, I'll do it. No,
I mean, nobody was expecting her to die. Like nobody, like that was a game. That was a twist right there.
I thought we were just
Huge twist.
thought we was all gonna survive. Like somebody's gonna throw something like a monkey wrench in, like, oh, we're good, we're living, we got the soul stone. Like, no, we both died.
Since we're on the topic of Black Widow, they did reach a settlement. Scarlett Johansson and Disney, they reached a settlement.
Disney got bread.
They should have though. They should have, man. They should have paid her, man. I mean, honestly, they did give her. I mean, to me, it seemed like they've added her a lot into this series. Like Black Widow to me is like stood out.
Yeah, well, they were already making these, so before the whole thing happened, so it wasn't like it was like we're gonna edit out this one person. So
yeah,
that'd be weird too.
Black Panther in a couple episodes.
They got Lake Bell's voice, but
that's the
voice of Black Widow.
Oh, it's Lake Bell. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Wait. Yeah, Lake Bell. Yep.
Lake Bell. Let's see.
Wait, she doesn't have to go to the voice poison Ivy and Harley Quinn anime series?
I seen
Yeah.
the person before.
I think so.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
wow. So
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm now we didn't get to the last episode yet, but do you feel as though What If needs to end on a strong note to say this series? Well, do you say? Well, do you think, in your honest opinion, do you think this series has been successful? I guess. And then again, is that a big word to say?
I want to say it's like a nice, like I'll say, chill thing to watch without opening your mind to like every single detail. Like you can sit there.
My mind was kind of open in almost every
Yeah,
detail in most
yeah.
of these episodes.
So like
It's kind of hard not to.
you can listen and look at these and like, oh, I like story with Peggy Carter or T'Challa Star Lord, and just looking at these for fun and references like me. But with other people, they're gonna say like the story sucks and all that stuff. I'm like, I just want to have a little bit of Marvel
No.
taste. Like I just that's good. And if season 2, what they say, comes out to be a little better, well, who knows? They say they might bring these guys back or leak it into the MCU in the future or something like that, because that would be a good thing. And they kept talking about Marvel Zombies being in there too, which that's gonna be scary.
Yeah, they did say that.
That's gonna be scary as hell. But nonetheless, I think it's a nice thing to watch. I feel like I wanted to watch the Ultron episode again just for shits and giggles because it's just a good episode, or any of the other ones because they're so wholesome. So I think if you don't be critiquing it, you can have fun and watch it, okay, and just enjoy it with a friend, okay. It's nothing. I think from higher probably 1 to 10, probably I give it a 7.
We still got one more episode left, so like, I don't want to review it just.
7.
I don't want to put a number on it just yet.
Like, listen, it's like not bad, but it's not.
It can, but if the next episode's not as good, you might want to drop it. So I wouldn't rate it just yet.
Okay, we all have our guesses of how they're gonna get everybody assembled. I feel like they're gonna either start out trying to get the Doctor Strange is gonna recruit the first one and explain everything, then leading up to everything else, maybe like a 4-minute montage in between. And then, we all got the plan. We know what they're doing. And then have a little quips with each other, just talking about joking and shit. Like, you look ugly. You look stupid. Like, I can be him. Or is there something in the mix? They're like probably at an alien planet, campfire type of shit. I know these things. I don't know if they might happen or not, but it could go something totally different. And then they go off. And then they see Ultron plotting his next plan. And then, hands on deck, assemble. But, could be
What if
going
they
wrong.
lose?
How are they going to start the
I know
episode?
exactly.
What if they lose?
What if?
Mm.
oh, bars.
That's another option. They can't end it that way as a finale, because if they did, it'd be a
Why not?
cliffhangers. So if they end it on the way where they feed him, but he might survive, but not.
Honestly, my thing is, I'm just wondering how this evil Doctor Strange is going to get to the Spider-Man movie. That's been my whole entire question this whole entire time. Honestly, how is it going to get incorporated to the Spider-Man movie? Because I feel as though this Doctor Strange is going to be in that Spider-Man movie.
It's
Just speculated. Just speculated.
I'll leak in there probably because just from that one trailer alone, they better not bring another No Way Home
Teaser.
Sorry,
Teaser.
I call it a finish.
It was like 2 minutes and some change. That was a trailer.
That was a trailer.
Teaser.
Wherever the fuck it was.
It said teaser.
Titty teaser. I don't fucking know. But if they don't do anything else after that, because I'm fine with it. Okay, that the way he was on the trains flipping around, turning to like a kaleidoscope type of shit. So he must be angry about something, or maybe it could be evil or Doctor Strange or something in that mix. I don't know. Like, if you can plot evil Doctor Strange, okay, I think I'll say evil's Doctor Strange maybe, or maybe something other works in the mix. But I think in the What If series he might betray them. I'm not sure. Probably. Like, somebody's gonna betray. Somebody's gonna get kicked in the face at this last episode. Like, whether it's the main villain or inside this assembled Avengers, that the evil Doctor Strange is gonna be like, okay, when the Infinity Stones fell on the ground or dropped, I'm gonna take them and create my own world, get my wife or something like that. There's so many plots in this half an hour segment that I cannot even fathom. Okay, it's ridiculous. So I hope they go the easy route and just say like, you grab a montage, get the first Avenger, then they, explain it to him, and then they go off and they introduce each other. So hi, how are you? And then fight Ultron. But I don't know what you guys' takes on this or what it might change into, because that's my idea with the next episode.
I'm almost think, are we guessing too early though? Because the last one didn't even premiere yet. Are we like guessing too early?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
that's
we ain't even
good.
looking at it anyway. We're not even looking
Like
at it
I said,
anyway.
It's never too early to guess.
Okay.
Like I said, I didn't know how this first episode will start either. Like it started, of course, it's going to be Age of Ultron segment, and then what if he wins? So we all know he's going to win. So this one, you got to defeat Ultron. So to go 50-50. So I don't know what you guys think. What you think? What's the next episode going to look like?
Well, I think the question was, what did you
episode-
think of the What If series?
the What If
Yeah.
series as a whole.
Well, for me, I think it was great.
Well, no, he remember gave it 7 out of 10 so far.
Yeah,
You gave it a 7.
out of 10.
He gave it a 7.
It's nice.
It could change next week.
Yeah, it's nice.
You got
it's
a
nice
C.
series. I don't harp on it. I can probably watch it again if I want to. So I have no problem with it. That's my rating.
So I think as a series, it's been pretty good. I think what they're trying to do with this series is trying to get people thinking in alternative storylines and even darker storylines, as when you go with like the Doctor Strange type of thing. So I think they achieved that goal, and having people think different ways about different characters. So I think the storytelling later on in Marvel, with the multiverse and with other characters, that you can go darker. For example, like they have a show coming out for Moon Knight, which if nobody knows here, but like that's my favorite Marvel character. But Moon Knight is not
Wow.
Moon Knight, my dude.
Yeah, like that's kind of a dark story because he has like kind of a schizophrenia type of feel to it. So I like them like putting in darker tones because Marvel comic books have darker tones, and seeing how comfortable the audience is with darker tones, because up until now everything has been jokes, and even some of the dark stuff they joke with. So that's why I was like, where like the Doctor Strange story kicked in, it was just like none of that was funny at all. Like it was just a man in a lot of pain trying to do something that was impossible, and destroying the world in the process. You know what I mean? Like, so there's nothing positive in that. So it may change in the last episode. I don't know, but like I think is people getting comfortable with that darker storytelling for their Marvel characters, and I think they achieved that.
What's your rating?
My rating is an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, okay.
Rachel or Anthony? Or Rachel, you go. Rachel.
I know Rachel though.
Was this just like general impression of the show, the series?
So far, yeah. And what would you rate it?
I kind of agree. Where I think this series was just, even though some of the episodes were like depressing and darker, I feel like it was just like have fun episodes. Go like explore something obnoxious and weird or whatever, or fun for 30 minutes. I know some people were taking these way too seriously. I know because some of it, is going to affect possible future movies or shows or whatever. But it's like, come on, guys, just have fun with it. Just take it for what it is. Enjoy it. Like, don't go crazy about it. I think the animation was cool. I keep saying the art. I love the art style. I think it got better as the episodes went on. Like how smooth it got and how detailed it got. Some episodes were to me. Like I didn't like the Doctor Strange one too much because it was a plot we've all seen a million times. And it wasn't fun in that or different enough regard, because everyone's the same thing about the zombies episode, because that's like every other zombie movie or show you've ever watched. It's like true, but it was fun and it was funny, and it brought like a different kind of twist to it with the characters, whereas Doctor Strange was just I don't know, same story to me. Um, so I don't know. In general, I think I would give it also maybe a 7 because it was good, but I'm kind of just like, I don't know. It wasn't a total 10 with
Ooh.
me. It's kind of just like it exists and it was decent, it was good, but like nothing to rave about in my
Mm,
opinion.
mm.
Mm. Anthony?
All right. Well, we all know that Rachel's stone cold, so you know what I mean. But I expected her to give it a 7. But no, no, I mean, I loved it. You know, I loved it just because it being a show called What If, like it made you watch each episode just kind of like sitting back and you see like, okay, what's gonna happen in this episode? Like you didn't really know what was gonna happen unless you know you're like Knuckles over here who watches the previews before episodes. But I mean, in a sense, like you literally sat there and you watched it, and like whether or not it was a happy episode or if it was a dark episode, like you guys were saying, like you appreciated it for what it was. And like you said, like I'm all about the animation, and to me, this is like the first show that has like this kind of really cool style of animation with like action in it. That I'm like, yo, they like nailed it because now you don't have to pay like actors to come in and act this stuff out. Like, yeah, you have to have voice actors, but you could do anything like with these characters at this point. And like just like how they're switching out voices, like if they don't want to pay certain actors to do a voice for somebody, they can get somebody else. But it'll continue to have that audience. Like Disney knows what they're doing. Like it's like they can continue this series on and on. Like they don't have to necessarily stop it because it's infinite. Like you know what I mean? It's a multiverse. Like anything is possible. It's a what if show, you know? So I'm kind of like happy because I hope that they do that and that they continue on and it continues as buzz. Like, like just the fact of like they probably won't do it again, but like bringing to T'Challa back, having Chadwick Boseman's voice like in the episode like was like one of the coolest parts of the What If series to me. Like, cause you know what I mean? Like the fact that they paid tribute to him in that way and the storytelling in that episode I thought was like, it definitely stuck out to me. So it's now when it comes to like what's gonna happen in the episode like coming up, like it's kind of like it's all over the place, and I want it to stay that way. I don't want to know if I don't even want it to be a good ending. You know what I mean? At this point, because a lot of the other ones have been kind of like a like damn like moment, like when you just sit back and be like, wow, this happened. I want that to kind of be in this last episode where yeah, it might be almost a win, but then it's like some it gets swept under their feet at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not to
So
cut you
I'm
off,
just
Anthony. Like I've
yeah.
WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier had like their good endings. Loki is like the one end where it's like shit's about to go down. But I see your point though. Loki was the ending that I wanted, not
Yeah.
a and me when I'm saying that it was not a good ending. That's what I want.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, to me, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 to be honest. Like, just being
Ooh.
that it being the first, just being it being the first, and like having the what ifs episode, like I think they did a good job. Like, I can't really critique too much off of how much they showed us because it's like if they gave us too much, we'd be like, well, they gave us too much, and now what they're gonna give us now, for the future.
Hmm.
Wait, what'd you give?
I like
A 9.
give it.
A not?
None.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. I'll give my takes on it. I liked it. It was definitely a different direction that Disney was going. I mean, um, we've always known how much we love their MCU, but going in their direction of animation and stuff like that, like I give them respect for it because I think they're going to get better. I feel so there's almost like a test from be like, okay, what can we learn from this first season and incorporate into the second season? Because as you guys said, the animation was getting better, and I just feel still a lot of people don't have enough appreciation of good art because if the art doesn't look good, the episode's not going to look good. So you have to give them a lot of credit because animation is not easy to do. It is not easy to do, and I just feel as though like animation does not get enough credit in today's world. That I don't I don't want to go a different direction, but like when I see all this great artwork at conventions, like, yo, why aren't y'all people buying this shit? Like this shit is like shit ain't easy to do, but that's the story of a different day. But
Preach, preach,
no,
preach.
I know, but no, I mean, and at each episode, I was expecting something new. I was expecting like, okay, well, Cap did this, Iron Man did that, blah blah. No, new story. Let me just sit back and enjoy it. Like out of all of them, the most random one I had to see had to be like T'Challa. Like I would never imagine T'Challa being in space and anything like that. Like that's the last thing I would expect to happen. So I really love that episode. And then we saw a new Thanos, we saw a new Nebula. Like now, some people might not like that, which I respect their opinion, but like that was probably my favorite episode out of this whole entire series because the child brought the galaxy together. There was like he was a better Star Lord than Quill, in my honest opinion. But unfortunately, Quill had to die. Quill had to die. So sorry, Quill. But no, man, I thought it was an enjoyable series. Very comical. We definitely went the dark route because MCU is known for like its comedy and stuff, shit like that. But no, they went full out. I wouldn't say full out dark, but they went on a darker route. So I mean, it's to show, hey, MCU is now all this funny, glittery shit that we can do. We can go into the dark route too. So I thought they did a good job with that. It was cool to see characters come back like Killmonger because his fan reaction was great, and to see him come back, I loved it. So I felt as though it definitely did. What's I looking for? They I forgot what we're looking for, but they honored like previous Marvel moments in this series. So, and also, I mean, another episode that I thought was I feel so the first episode that went dark for me was number 3 when Hank Pym killed everybody. I was like, yo,
Oh,
what the fuck, man? Like that episode, I'm like, yo, Iron Man's dead like that. Iron Man's dead like that. Hawkeye's dead like that. Like Hank Pym, man. We've been trying to tell y'all. Don't be sleeping on the Ant Man for man, because those guys will kill you. Do not sleep on those guys. Like, also, they gave a lot of these characters recognition, like that they really are that powerful, man. Like I might not have the whole fancy super strength or plasma beams, but like I can become tiny inside your body and fuck you up right there. So yeah, man. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I feel as though the animation will only get better next season. And, like Anthony said, like even if they defeat Ultron, right? What's gonna happen? Because the multiverse has already been like destroyed. Like Sylvie already killed, you know, Kang. Well, that version of Kang. So it's like I don't see it being a good ending. I think it'd be a good fight, but I'm not expecting a happy ending in all this. And I feel so that's what I want. But if I had to rate this, I would give it an 8. I give it an 8. Like it's really good. Like I said, I feel as though you have your hardcore fans critiquing about what's going on. It's like no, it's what if. Forget about what you know. Completely different thing. Don't own it and be like, okay, Captain is no, completely different thing. And by the way, I feel as though what if. I think we talk about Captain Marvel taking L's, Thanos taking L's. I feel that the biggest person that took L has been Tony Stark. He's been dead and he's died in every episode. He has died
Every
in
episode.
every episode. Like,
yeah.
like he's not survived at all. 3, he died from Hank Pym. He was a zombie. Killmonger killed him, and now Ultron killed him. So like he's been taking the L's in this series.
Yep. And I just wanted to talk about what you were talking about the T'Challa episode. Now, I'm interested to see because Quill is at the end of that episode, and his father comes and gets him.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious if they'll use that for the next one.
By the
Yes,
way,
And
I was
make it
kind of wondering
another
if they were going to
episode.
use those cliffhangers at the end of every episode to like continue with season 2, maybe as like continuations of the what if. Like,
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Because
Mhm.
the fact they were in the Ego was in the midst of taking Quill, and they snipped it at. Then they have Doctor Strange and Thor with the zombie part, and I think what is it, Gamora in her Thanos armor, action scene. So we don't know which one of those is like gonna be like a cliffhanger or if those are part of the episode. So we only time will tell from next week because it could be a good episode like Knuckles said, or it could be just like you know, a little bit of a
Ooh.
fight scene, and then it's turned to shit, and then we go to season 2. So
See, I kind
Oh,
of disagree with that though, because if everything is canon in this and things like that, I think they have to defeat him because he's literally destroying different multiverses, and if the multiverse just got created basically with Sylvie and Loki and all that stuff, and like we haven't even started with any of the movies yet, like if he doesn't get stopped, then like he's going to just destroy the whole multiverse before it even begins. So I feel like they need to
Okay.
stop him in a sense.
well, they will, but it's like how much damage is already done for them to like restore some things. Feels
yeah,
the damage already done.
And there's
yeah. So
And not
infinite things. So I mean, I don't think he destroyed that many so far. Like,
he probably destroyed one of his universe. So that's why.
don't question Ultron now. Don't question him.
So this is the what
The
if. So
question
that's
is how many.
and
Hey,
that's if they win or not. We still have the other shit coming down the line. So if it's a cliffhanger, I'll be upset. But if it's not, and it wraps up in a nice bow to let us wait for season 2, then I'm fine with that too. But either or, like it's gonna be a crazy episode.
by the way, maybe that Gamora one with wearing her father's armor, maybe she's from a universe where like she did take the title of Deadliest Woman in the Galaxy and killed her father. Like, no, I'm the hot shit right now. Every universe is gonna be fear of me. Maybe she killed Thanos in that world. Just saying.
I
that'd
believe
be
that.
that'd be pretty cool.
That's an idea.
That'd be pretty cool.
Eh,
And we're using our imagination honestly, because it's like we always wonder what if in any type of series. It's like I'm not trying to go different direction, but it's like if y'all watch anime, it's like, what if Light won in Death Note? That would be something I would be interested in seeing. So you just gotta use our imagination right now in all these episodes.
Yeah, and I appreciate.
Imagination.
Yes.
I would have been more. What if L survived that stupid show?
Oh, you didn't like? Okay, that's a story for a different
Uh,
day. Different story for a different day. We can get into that, but nah, man. Any last words? I mean, we pretty much touched base on everything in the episode, have we not? I mean, Ultron took over. Thanos was there for 1 minute, anticlimactic. Um, he finally begs. He asks Doctor Strange for help. Doctor Strange being petty. I mean, Doctor Strange is a petty person. Like that, he will be the type of guy to be petty. Like let's be real. Like he's a cocky motherfucker. He's the guy that'll be petty.
Yeah, whether you're evil or not. Yeah.
Like, do you like? See, I guess like, uh, do you think they did the characters right so far? Or like I said, I just said it's a what if thing. So I'm just like not. I wasn't really having huge expectations for like characters sticking to what they were at all.
Well, I think all the characters are hit. You know, they are done right. Okay, because they had to be for the episode. But I don't think they did anything wrong with them. I think they came out. No.
That's good. I just hope this next episode is a little bit longer, though. I think it needs to be more than 30 minutes. I mean, maybe get it to 40 minutes. But then again, we were lied to about one of it about an episode being an hour or so, and that didn't happen.
It was only like I'll say 20. No. 32 minutes, and that 4 minutes was just like a giant long credits.
Yeah, we gotta take that into consideration. Part of it's credits too.
Yeah, and you think there's gonna be an end credit scene because, like, for the one Wanda episode that I thought there wasn't anything, I looked on YouTube. They talked about an end credit scene. I had to stop it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's what that was." Okay,
Mm.
so you gotta search for yourself until you find it. Like, oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So I wanna. They also need to add that. They always do add the end credit scenes in all their, of course, Marvel episodes. So hopefully this last one is a good one. Okay, I'm betting maybe it might be 45 minutes. Hopefully that 45 is 40 and 5 minutes of credits or some shit, and they leave a nice in post credit scene. Two post credit scenes, man. Okay. Shit, I hope, man. Like they gotta, like you're fighting Ultron. Okay, you gotta make it good for the fans.
Just gotta build it up. And else have any last words they want to say about say any predictions about next episode or time frame or anything like that?
I think we kind of all said kind of like how we feel about what's happening on next episode.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Well, after when we get off live, I'm gonna discuss about next week about how we're gonna get together. But anyways, everyone, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We actually went for an hour. We didn't go as long as the last episode, so that's how it works out. So if you guys missed this, it will be on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Anchor, any podcasts like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, any of the podcasts y'all have on your devices. So we'll see you guys next week for the grand finale, and we'll be away for a couple weeks until the next Marvel movie or series that comes out. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Everyone have a good weekend. Y'all be safe. And don't forget to watch Venom, which I'll probably will watch tomorrow, probably.
Probably gonna watch it Saturday or Sunday, maybe.
Yeah. Rachel won't watch it because she did not like it. Well, she didn't watch it, but Rachel's a tough critic.
Well,
All right. Everyone, y'all have a good night.